recently saw this video from Nick Freitas about an article on the New York Times called "Don't Play with Your Kids," and we can watch Nick's video here real quick so we have a context for what I'm talking about.
Well, the New York Times has some recommendation for us parents, and here it is. That's right. Apparently, we're not supposed to play with our kids. Maybe because it'll free us up to read more stupid articles from the New York Times. But here's what I'm going to explain to this author, hopefully in time for him to not miss out on something really important. The little trivial moments you spend playing little mundane games with your children is actually critical, not just because it teaches them healthy interaction, but because it teaches them that they're worth your time. And so when you take a moment to drink the fake tea that your daughter has made you, or to go in the backyard and storm the cardboard castle that your son has made, you're actually signifying to them that you want to spend time with them and that you're willing to stop what you're doing in order to prioritize them in your life. And I know this works because after raising kids for the last 20 years and having a healthy relationship with all three of them, I can tell you there's nothing more important than when your child looks back on you with a fond memory of something that you didn't even realize they remembered. So, maybe stop reading this article and just go play with your kids instead.
On my camera? Yeah. I'll be right down, guys.
What are you doing?
I'm just recording a video. I'll be right down. Well, that was a perfect opportunity to show a little bit of my real life. And I'm about to go play with my kids. So I agree with Nick that we should play with our kids. It shows that we care about them. It shows that we can stop what we're doing to chat with them. And I would also say, though, so I paid the $4 to get the New York Times so I could read the articles, because I was very curious, because I was like, this person can't actually mean to not play with your kids. That would be a crazy person would say that. But that is actually what she says. She says, moms don't play with kids. Or what is her motto? She says, moms don't play. And I just think that's sad for her. She says that she is distracted by work and by life, and so she lets her kids play on their own. She has a bad temper and she can be critical, and I don't like to play, is what she said, especially pretend with dolls or figures. And she says this has created independence in her children. Obviously, her kids don't want to be dependent on her. And I just think this idea that our kids should be independent is weird. Like, I want my kids to be dependent on me. I want them to care about me. I want them to need me. And I'm not in any hurry to get them detached from me. I think my job as a father is to create secure attachments. And if you've read the book, Hold On to Your Kids, that's what he's talking about, is attachment. Secure attachment is what creates healthy families. And so I think Nick has it right. Play with your kids. It shows that you care about them. It shows that you want to be with them. And I also agree a little bit with this New York Times article that kids do need free play away from adults. Because she says that when she plays with her kids, she ruins the pretend, and their own pretend world does better without her. And that's probably true, because it sounds like she's a miserable person to be with. But even if you're not a miserable person, if you enjoy your children, our kids should be free to go out and play on their own a little bit, or even most of the time. Kids need unstructured play away from adults so they can create their own hierarchies, their own worlds. Jordan Peterson talks about this as like beneficial negligence. I don't know if that's his coined term for it, but that kids benefit from being bored and needing to be creative and figuring things out on their own. So there are boundaries between parents and children. Like, a dad's job is not just to be the plaything with their kids, obviously, and Nick is obviously not advocating for that. And in my podcast with Jeremy Pryor, we talk about Bluey and how the Bluey dad is just the plaything dad, and that's not the goal either. The goal is to be a father figure where you're an authority in their life, where you've set standards, where you set rules, you've set leadership, and you draw them up into your life and you show them what it means to be an adult, to be a man, and you have expectations and you challenge them to conquer things and to do better than they think they can do themselves. That's your role as a father, but also to get on your hands and knees and play with them sometimes. Like, that's a really important thing that dads do. My son just asked if I could play croquet with him, and I'm gonna go do it. I play train brains with my son because I really like it. If you hate playing with your kids and they can see that you hate playing with them, then don't play with them. Like, you need to figure out yourself or invite them to play a game that you like with them. We play this game called Seven Wonders Architects that I really love. We play Gin Rummy, my 7-year-old and I, and those are games that I enjoy. And so I enjoy participating with him in those games. When they make me a cookie out of Play-Doh, I eat the cookie. Sometimes I'll actually eat it just because I'm crazy like that. But there is a balance to this, and that's all things in parenting, all things in fatherhood is the balance. And that's where wisdom comes in. Dad-Wise, that's the name of the podcast. We need to have wisdom for how to balance playtime and also balance our boundaries, where dad needs to do some work, dad needs to get things done, and dad needs time with mom maybe. And so that's why we have bedtime. And we establish structure as fathers, as parents. But also we can enter into our kids' world and show them that we care about them, show them that we love them, show them that we're there for them. So I think they're both right. Nick's probably more right. I would be concerned if a parent never played with their kids. That doesn't seem healthy. But if a parent's only playing with their kids, that's not healthy either. So we need to be parents establishing rule in the household, but also willing to play. So that's my encouragement for you guys today. I hope it helps. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this concept.